All right, item 10, conduct of business. 10A is adopt a resolution acknowledging participation in the San Mateo County sub-region for the Regional Housing Needs Allocation Process, RHNA, and acceptance of the assigned housing share. Mark?
Honorable Mayor, members of the City Council, the purpose of this item is for the City Council to consider adopting a resolution accepting San Bruno's Regional Housing Needs Allocation numbers, the RHNA numbers, otherwise known as RHNA numbers. The RHNA process is required by state housing element law as part of every city's housing element update process, which occurs every 5 years. The RHNA number will become the housing target for San Bruno's next housing element, which will be due in December 2014. Although this deadline may seem far in the future, planning efforts are already beginning, and compliance efforts should start now. Housing element law provides that regional agencies may create subregions to address their housing needs. San Mateo County formed a subregion for the last housing element cycle and again for this cycle. The San Bruno City Council adopted a resolution authorizing the city to become a member of the countywide subregion in the current process as well as in the last process. The subregion includes all 20 cities in the county as well as the county itself. A key part of every housing element is the development of the Regional Housing Needs Allocation, the RHNA, which is the number of housing units and affordability levels that each jurisdiction must plan for. And here's how it works. The State Department of Housing and Community Development projects the total number of households that the entire state is projected to grow by over the next 8 years. HCD then distributes to each region in the state a total number of housing units that the region must plan for. Then each regional planning agency, in our case, the Association of Bay Area Governments, distributes the regional number to counties and assigns a number to each city within the county. State housing law does not this is a very important to emphasize, is that the state housing law does not require the construction of the allocated number of units, but rather the planning and the opportunity for those units. The allocations includes requirements for planning of affordable units for very low, moderate, and above moderate income households. With the creation of the San Mateo County subregion, the participating cities are able to determine a housing allocation methodology that is suited to local conditions, as well as an opportunity to negotiate trades between willing partners. The San Mateo County subregion methodology started with the ABAG assigned numbers. Then those numbers were adjusted based on a realistic review of available sites and conditions in each city. And then each community was offered the opportunity to negotiate trades amongst the cities. And those trades can continue to be negotiated until June 18th, 2013, which is when ABAG will adopt a sub-regional allocation for San Mateo County. San Bruno's RHNA number is 1,155 units. City staff believe that this is a reasonable number, and the reason for that is the city will have sites carried over from the current housing element. And in addition, the update of the zoning code to be consistent with the general plan will create new opportunities for housing sites, which will be sufficient to meet this target. This is without the approval of the Transit Corridors Plan, so it's independent of approval of the Transit Corridors Plan, which, if approved with increased height limits, would allow for more housing opportunities. If San Bruno had not participated in the sub-regional process, our number assigned by ABAG would have been 1,292 units, so the number was adjusted downwards based on the sub-regional process. And the table at the back shows the total number, or within the report, the total number and the distribution by income level. And that concludes my presentation. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions of Mark? Ken?
In simple terms, so you said it, and I caught that last portion, and I tried to find it, but 1,155, you said it's lower because we already have gotten credit for Or
It's not because we've gotten credit. It's because
we have potential? Go ahead.
No, we have a carryover from from what we were assigned previously, but that has nothing to do with what our number is now.
My concern is that we developed a 20-acre site that has over 1,000 units. And if we didn't have that, I can't really foresee where we would pick up, even in 8 years, 1,100, almost 1,200 units. Obviously, there's going to be some redevelopment, some development that hopefully will come along that has already been planned. But to me, not to the scale of 1,000 units. So, I mean, I'd like a more encouragement from staff as far as how you feel good about that and where that, where you feel that that's still a good number.
Well, at this point, our last number was 973. And since the last RHNA cycle, we've built about 460 units within that time period, mostly at the crossing. There were also other units that weren't included in the RHNA allocation. So we had, in our last housing element, we had a total of 688 opportunities for housing development within the city. So we now have about 980 or so that can be carried over to the next housing element. And so that's the number of the units that could be built on the available sites. And that doesn't include the rezoning along El Camino Real, which the general plan calls for in the transit-oriented development and the mixed-use housing emphasis zone along El Camino Real. So once again, it's not building the units. You're not required to build the units. You just need to have the opportunity if some marvelous thing happened and. Right.
Okay. Any other questions of Mark? Action by the council?
I'll introduce the resolution.
Councilmember Ibera.
Aye.
Councilmember Salazar.
Aye.
Councilmember Medina.
Aye.
Vice Mayor O'Connell.
Aye.
Mayor Ruane.
Aye.